Hi everyone, welcome to Green Monk TV. I'm at the SAP for Utilities event in San Antonio, Texas, and with me I have Martin Misick, who is the Enterprise Architect for TransAlta. Martin, we've been talking about the amount of data utility companies are going to be dealing with on the mountain. I heard a talk earlier this year in Orlando where one of the utility companies was talking about the change in meter reads from 75 million a year to 120 billion. Now, there's also the other side, away from smart meters and into just the devices on the grid itself and the amount of information they'll be sending back to utility companies. What are they going to do with all this information and how are they going to handle it?
Well, I think we do have to look at new ways of handling that amount of data, how we're going to store it, how we're going to back it up. And we're monitoring so many more data points as we move from an analog world to a digital world. There's an acceleration of the amount of data points where some of our assets may have had a couple of thousand data points that we're monitoring and taking in. Some of our newer instrumentation generates 20,000 data points that we can monitor. So that's a large amount of, a big influx of data that we have to, you want to keep it real time, and that takes new techniques, new technology that we have to look at to be able to keep that on track and to be able to extract the information out that we need.
Okay, but 20,000 data points, is that too much? I mean, how can utility companies make any sense of that amount of data?
That's where you need another level of intelligence to layer on top of what you're retrieving out of there. Because you can't read that from a human perspective. You need software that looks for exceptions or things that are out of range to deal with those, because when everything's operating properly, you don't care about it. It's just when there's exceptions where something's going to impact your production capability that you want to know about that.
And at the back end, you're going to need bigger servers, you're going to need bigger failover facilities and all that?
Yes, and the network ties it all together. So wherever that is stored, we'll need high-speed networks that have a lot of bandwidth to carry that data, whether it's on-site or everyone talks about being in the cloud. If you put it in the cloud, you can need lots of pipes to get it there.
This sounds like a lot of investment for utility companies. Is it worth it?
I think so, because we have to be aggressive on how we manage our data, and our decision-making capability needs to accelerate, because as we move into a more competitive global marketplace, you have to have that decision-making power, and to do that you need to make information out of your data, and that is only going to accelerate as time goes on.
Cool. Great. Martin, thanks a million.